Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my J Bird. And we got another big one for you. I'm in black. And this is called Bird's King Standing, Knight Bird Double Reverse, Knight Bird Tower, Knight's Queen Reverse Hidden System, Rook Crowns Castle, to Super Grandmaster 2900, Game 78. Yes, I did use the arrows, and let's get down to it. And it's going to go with D4, E6, E4, E7, and there's your Bird's King Standing. But I don't let it stand too long because the last game, F3, D6, C3, D7, and there's your Knight's Bird Reverse. Normally, this knight goes over the queen and this bishop goes over the king, but it's in a reverse position, and there's different reverses where pieces get moved, can go up here and go over here to do that. There's a couple varieties. Or the one square could end up going here, here, back here, and then back over here. There's varieties. After D7, we go with D3, H6, castle, G5. Now I start my attack. Here's the problem. I mean, I got to study this more to do a better thing, but how this game was won with black is because the way the pawn structures fell at the end. It lost. Other than that, it's like the reverse is tough. I did work in the reverse. I got a higher level in the reverse, but things got to go a special way to get this thing done. And I'd have to really study it and work at it to do a better job on the reverse. The reverse is hard to do. Okay, after G5, E5, of course I'm going to pass D5, E3, knight E up. The whole intent was to get this knight over and then bring this one over, and that's the double reverse then, because I'm getting in the other knight. So somehow I want to get the pieces over there. Now, I could have done it this way. Oh, the knight was here. So somehow I'd have to get the knight here and then bring it over here. So, and I didn't want to put the knight up here. Then he takes, then I got to go here, and then the king got to come up here. I know this ordeal. But let's go on. After that, A3, G8, which I'm putting it back just to put the other knight in, D2, E7, and there's your double reverse, because now I'm bringing the other knight over. F4. This is where I gotta figure something out. I think I jumped this knight up here. I don't think it goes here, but after F4, he goes, yeah, I go F5, right, I go up, because my whole intent the bishop to come here, but I always forget about this knight. I was supposed to push, I think, before this, but he's going to get a pawn. I don't care about that. I really don't care about him getting an extra 2 pawns. I don't care. That's not what I'm worried about. I mean, I could have done this a little bit different way, but I got jammed a little bit trying to get it done. I wasn't quite thinking properly to do this job on this one, but I got it done. But after F4, oops, it's F5, takes F5, takes F5, takes D5, and I always forget about that knight. You see in some of the games I might have even won, but I always forget about that one. E6, C4, so he gets an advantage out of this. So even though I beat it, it's still, I should have done a little bit different. Next time I do it and I look at it, I'll figure that out, how the pieces should have got moved better. After C4, C6, you see now that pawn comes up. You see? When that pawn should have been up. C3, E7, and see, and that's where your ELO factor goes down. There's your Knight's Bird Tower. We'll go back over this. B3, G4, takes F4, D7, and that's your Knight's Bird Tower, Knight's Queen reverse, because the queen should be over here on a long castle. The queen should be on that side, the knight on that side. So that's your Knight Bird Tower, Knight's Queen reverse hidden system. After F2, castle, rook crowns castle, a4, b6, b4, b8, b5, g8. I got him open, but he's attacking me. So his attack actually looks better than my attack. You see that? I'll admit to that. That's because, we'll go back, I'm pretty sure it's that pawn right there that I should have done sooner. Then he couldn't get that knight down there. After g8, e1, b7, f3, f4, takes f4, g4, takes c6, c6, e2, and I go here, f5. Well, you say, instead, why don't you go here? Well, what happens is, I'll show you right now, it'll look like something like this. Okay? Or, instead of that, if he goes here, and I do the same thing again, and let's say I pick that way, but see, if he goes this way, this bishop is here, I can put my rook here. And if he says check, I'll run the rook down and take the pawn. If he takes, then I get to take his queen and I'll get his pawn later. So I got my piece, and I got my 2 pawns, and I got his queen. I got 1 pawn, so no, it's no good. But that's not what happened. And we go on. a5, h3, back g8, d5. He slept at the wheel. The rook was sitting here. He slept at the wheel. Takes h3, g3. I got lucky to win this one. g4, e4, a8, f6, g6. Now it just starts going the other way here. After d2, e7, e3, c8, c5, takes f6, takes f6, d7, b4. Now he's getting a lot going against him here, and he don't got enough time to get down here. No white bishop. d4, h3, can't take, e2, takes e2, g2, takes g2, down. There's big trouble here if he takes it with a check and the queen running around. After h3, e4, g2, takes g2, takes g2, takes g2. And now we're even in pieces. But look at these, how this is going to work out here. After e3, f1, check, e2, b7, e4, take a pawn, f6, passes, c6, c7. Now I got to give up the knight, e8, takes e8, check, force it, and now f3, take. He can't cover all this like this because the way the pawn structure is. After c6, d3, b5, e5, a4, f3, takes a3, d4, h5, b5, b3, a7, h4, e4, h3, f3, e5, g3, e4, c6, e3. He can't go here and stop this, and my king's closer than my king's closer to my pawn. And then when that all happens, then he's got to deal with this pawn. After e3, e5, e2, f3, c2. I just defend this pawn and walk this one. The king can't make it. After c2, h3, d1, g4, b5, g3. Count the spaces, it can't make it. b4, g4, b3, d4, b2, f3, queen, f4, b4. Nope, I'm going to get the other queen. e3, g4, f2, f4, g2, e3, g3, e1, G4, E4, H5, H1, G5, G2, H6, and that's game. Let's go back over this. Let's go back to where that pawn was. Come on now. And we only just need to show there's nothing else to see but this one spot, this one pawn that should have been done. No. You see, I went here, and now he moved that knight, and you see what happens? Go back. I should have stuck to my standard, and you see me do this in my towers. I wasn't thinking. I wanted to get this knight over here, but I weakened myself and never saw it coming. Let's do it again. Once that knight moved back and I moved that one over, already, right there was my mistake. Right here. That's a mistake right there. No good. No good. I needed that pawn because that knight comes here and it just busts me open the wrong way. If that would have been here, I should have ran my theory a different way, put that up, put it back, bring it to waitings, move that up, put this over, run that up. Ah, there it is. There it is. There it is. I see it. I see it. You see what I'm saying now? Oh. So let me see if I can memorize this stuff. He moves that, but he wouldn't have done that. And let's say he just would have done his attack. I'll make some moves for him. Let's go back. All right, let's go back. Instead of this, I should have went like this. He goes like this. I'll go like this. Let's say he goes like this. I go like this. Let's say, all right, let's say he remember he did that move like that. Then, oh, what was it? I go like this. And I just got to give him a move for now. Let's just say he goes like this. Then I go like this. You see, now I get the square with my knights and then work this is what, you see? You see? Now you see what I should have done? I should have done it this way. Instead, it didn't work the way I wanted. I forgot my tower theory. And that's high, and that's good. I should have worked it this way. I'm glad I could do that, but I just picked some moves for him, and then the game would continue on. All right, I go. Let's say he does this. Then, oh, he's got a queen move over there. All right, well, let's leave it at that for now. There's a lot more work to be done. Depends what he moves. All right, but that's not what happened. Like I said, that move there should have not been. I should have put this up and then start working my pieces like I just done showing you. But the game went on like this. And see, once that knight backed up, I'm trying to get this one over, but I got it over the wrong way. I weakened the structure too much. And this is what happens. No good. And I always remember to always put the bishop here. Nope, right here was the serious problem. Let's go back again. I'm fine. Nope. That's where you got to start. I should have worked my theory. I should have been doing it. Back, up, over, up, and then keep an eye on everything while you're doing it. That's the way it should have been done. All right. So there you go. Thanks for stopping by. And I got some higher one coming up for you. Thank you.